Hello, I'm Tejinder Khosla. Welcome to this session on currency depreciation. We will study this macroeconomic theory concept from CBSE Class 12 curriculum perspective. However, the core concept remains the same across all boards. So let's start. Currency depreciation can be defined as a fall in the value of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency. Now, whenever we study or talk of the concepts of currency appreciation or currency depreciation, we always talk of the domestic currency. This point is to be kept in mind. Let's take a hypothetical example. Suppose the exchange rate changes from $1 80 rupees to $1 90 rupees. Now, this is called increase in exchange rate, which leads to depreciation of rupee or depreciation of domestic currency. Why? Because earlier India spent 80 rupees to buy $1. Now it spends 90 rupees to buy the same dollar. So the value of rupee with respect to dollars has fallen. Now, what is its impact on foreign trade? So whenever we talk of foreign trade, we talk of exports and imports. So let's study the impact of currency depreciation on India's imports and exports. Domestic goods become cheaper due to depreciation in the value of rupee. What does that mean? That earlier Britain spent $1 to buy 80 rupees worth of Indian goods. Now it can buy 90 rupees worth of Indian goods by spending the same dollar. So our exports will rise. Exports, we all know, are the main source of supply of foreign exchange. We earn foreign exchange when we export goods. So, increase in exports implies increase in supply of foreign exchange. So, we see that there is a direct relation between exchange rate and supply of foreign exchange. Both are moving in the same direction. Notice the arrows, upward arrow here and upward arrow here. So we establish a direct relation between exchange rate and supply of foreign exchange, which leads us to the upward sloping supply curve of foreign exchange. So, since there is a direct relation between exchange rate and supply of foreign exchange, the supply curve of foreign exchange is upward sloping. Now, let's look at the other side of it. Foreign goods will become expensive for us due to depreciation of rupee. Earlier, India spent 80 rupees to buy $1 worth of foreign goods. Now it spends 90 rupees to buy the same amount of goods. So this happens because of fall in the value of rupee with respect to dollar. This will lead to decrease in India's imports. Now, since imports are a major source of demand for foreign exchange, whenever we import goods, we need to pay in terms of foreign exchange. So, decrease in imports will lead to decrease in demand for foreign exchange. And we establish the inverse relation between exchange rate and demand for foreign exchange. Let's see. When exchange rate increases, demand for foreign exchange decreases. Both the arrows are moving in the opposite direction. This leads us to the conclusion that demand curve of foreign exchange is downward sloping. Now, in this slide, we have covered quite a few concepts, starting from the definition of what currency depreciation is. What do we mean by increase in exchange rate? How does it lead to depreciation of domestic currency? And what is the impact of depreciation of domestic currency on foreign trade of that particular country? A lot of questions can be asked from this one slide. There can be a lot of one markers like define the currency depreciation. What do we mean by increase in exchange rate? Why do domestic goods become cheaper due to depreciation of domestic currency? Or why do foreign goods become expensive due to depreciation of domestic currency? Why is the supply curve of foreign exchange upward sloping? Why is the demand curve of foreign exchange downward sloping? A lot of questions can be asked from this slide.